Hello everyone, and welcome back to the next episode of the city of Moneyville in Cities Skylines II. Where in the last episode, amongst many improvements, one of the things we did is we implemented an airport. This is hopefully bringing in more people and hopefully easing traffic congestion on this road. We also got a bus lane, but really, I think the best thing we can do is just get more roads into the city. And really, what I found in games like this, the best way to reduce traffic congestion is to give people more options. Now, one of the things that can give people options is give them different modes of travel. For example, public transport in the city, intercity trains, buses, planes, ships, whatever. But another thing is just to give people more roads to drive down. So, that's what we're going to do today. We are going to increase the number of outside connections we have. So, first of all, I want to go extend this highway this way. It's gonna have to stay on a bridge to go outside because this island here is not quite within our boundary. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unlock the entirety of the tiles we don't already have for this island here, and we're gonna do something with that. The other place we're gonna do something with is where this road here is then gonna take a turn and go across this island here. So, we are going to unlock a load of tiles to get this island here. Let's just do something like this. Okay, right, all those tiles cost 35 million, I've just realised. Maybe we could just go into play mode, start earning some money and come back once we're done with this island, which might be in another episode at this point. Anyway, what we're going to do, this highway always should have extended anyway. Can we go parallel mode? Right now, one thing about this is we might need a pretty big bridge. First of all, those bridges need to be spaced out kind of on the... Hang on, if we just go to 2 spacing. Hang on. Yeah, we need to get it up and over the shipping lane. Just kind of testing different things. He wants to put the pillars on the shipping lane, which is annoying. And put the pillars in different places on each bridge, yeah. Sure, if we did a bridge from like there to there, what does it overlap? We might need to go quite high. 50. Hang on, if we go from like there to there, I'm just experimenting with like different sizes. Yeah, see, I can get a bridge there. Probably get it from 40 as well. If we just get the spacing of the pillars right. Need to go from quite far back. No, we need to 40. Let's try 45. This is going to take a bit of work. Okay, yeah. So, if we just went from about here, we can get that bridge in, but slight problem. That's up there. This road is down here. And more annoyingly, that merging on lane there is really in the way. So, let's just, probably as far as there, we can delete that one back. And this is probably going to be quite steep, but it's not, hopefully not going to be too ridiculous. Right, so that, I mean, it's kind of close enough to being straight that you probably won't even notice that's not quite straight. Right, that's bearable in terms of what it looks like, but this is going to be even more awkward. Mainly because let's just start it from this end and then reverse it. Hang on. Let's just do something like this. So if we go for the complex bend, and we can then but hang on, if I remember how to reverse it, we can reverse it. We need to reverse this bit, don't we? Right. So, how do we, next question, get this up? So what we can, yeah, this is going to be a bit of a challenge. So, we can bring that up to 10 there. That's still a slope too steep. Let's bring that up as much as we can, and then maybe at some point. That apparently works. Okay, that's not stupid actually. Oops, I just realised I flipped that as I did that. Right, there we go. That's our wonderful bridge. Right, we are now going to have to bring it back down at least somewhat. So from here, we are just going to bring it down straight like this. Now we're going to do something with this island. I do not know what. We have at the moment demand for everything. We're going to keep it elevated mainly because then it doesn't have to get in the way of as much on this island, and then it's literally just going to do that. There we go. Outside connection. Which looks a bit weird, just kind of like some random pillars. But one thing we can do with this is get a bus route to run on it. So logically, a bus route would go into this, come off at this junction here and run into this station. In fact, we are going to do that. We're going to have a bus stop right by the front of the station. Then it's going to use this road here, and then it's just going to jump on the highway and go out. It's not even going to be that long a bus route. So, and then we're going to bring it down. Where should we end this bus? Because it goes to there. Then what do we do with it? So, I mean, there are loads of bus routes. It could go down this road to the port. That makes some sense, I guess. It's a good bus terminal here. So, you can do that. Stops right outside the station, and it goes there, and then it just goes at the region. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Do we have to make it stop at both way out and way in? I've never tried this before, like, does that make any difference? Whatever, let's just do this. So it stops there, then by the station, then in whatever this area is, then by the metro station here, and then into the bus terminal here. It's a new bus line, and of course with a new bus line we make it use electric buses and we make it free. Let's just ramp up the number of buses. Right, so you'll probably see we have vehicles using this. Now every vehicle that uses this, for the most part, is not using this. Now we will have some vehicles that are just driving through now. We did not have that before. But look at this, there are not that many vehicles spawning here. So that's that, right. I doubt any point soon we're going to have enough. I mean, like, what would like the bare minimum even to be able to get outside, like a road to run outside the map here? 5 million. That's just for a straight line of tiles to get a road out the map there. Right, so in the meantime we are going to work on this area here. Quite interesting it actually. Could we squeeze a train line down the middle of... Hang on, that's a metro line, not train line. Pretty sure we could probably squeeze a train line straight down the middle of this highway. Which, you know what? Let's do that. Now, I'm not sure how we're going to get this to connect up to our train routes, mainly because at least our passenger ones wouldn't work. Right, so here, I think we're going to bring it down, and then we're going to do a complex curve just to get it out of That bad positioning, we're interfering with the pillar there. Let's just get it straight a little bit more. And then complex curve there. Yeah, hang on. Shouldn't have done that so. Let's just work out a good location to have this start its bend at. So if we go there. Hang on. Just go to there. And then we can actually have a station somewhere here. So let's just keep this running straight. I'm not sure, we might have a junction somewhere here. So you know what, let's anticipate a junction. Let's keep it straight for a while so we can have a station track coming off. And let's anticipate a junction here and sink it down for a bit. And then, you know what, we're actually going to make it go into a tunnel actually. So, let's go back to here again. So you've got space for junction there if you want. We're going to have a bit of a straight track here, and then it's going to sink down into a tunnel. And then, make sure it can get under this bit of water here. Preferably without snapping to weird things. Let's just snap to nothing other than... There we go. Doesn't look that deep, this bit of water, which, you know what, is good if we need to build a tunnel. So. How do we then bring this to anywhere useful? I reckon it's probably going to be possible.
I'm Burley. Look, you're Brody. I'm Brody. We want you down in our gym.
Yeah, I don't think there are any underground stations. Let's just bring that back in.
That's right.
So,
You'll be crushing bricks.
if we get it somewhere like here,
You'll be crushing bricks. That's right.
and then there is a way to kind of bring it through here. It's going to interfere with that, isn't it? What we can do actually is if we from here bring it around to there, then start bringing it up, we can actually bring it out here. This path might have to at least temporarily be. How on earth does this? There we go. We might have just, yeah, let's not have tram stops right on the junction. Let's just shift them back a little bit. It's probably better for everyone. Hang on. Let's just remove waypoints and then get the lines stopping here. So there are two of them, so we're gonna have to really zoom in. There we go. This might be a little bit difficult. Yeah. There we go. I think that's that done. Right. So, let's go back to train lines. And we can get this to merge in. Okay, it doesn't merge in that smoothly. What if we just did that? There we go. And may or may not be possible to get a path across here. But interesting to try. Okay, we can kind of do something like that. You know what, that's perfectly acceptable. And getting paths across the train line is an interesting idea for lots of reasons, but whatever. So, how do we get this to get out of the tunnel? Well, one place, if we wanted to send it to the cargo harbour, which I don't know if we do or not. I mean, they're right next to the outside. I'm not sure we can have cargo coming from there. So, if we want to send it into the passenger station there, I should probably do something like this and then get to here, just about in a tunnel, and then elevate up to ground level and then That's the level of this railway line here. And then not merging because it's on the junction. I mean, we could see if, yeah, that will work for a connection. Yeah. No. No. Okay, next idea, we just don't merge it in until after here. It does get rid of a few buildings, but that's fine. So, we will have a passenger station somewhere on this island, which we will work out once we've got the road layout done. So the first thing is, we want a nice junction. And I'm going to build it custom, mainly because none of those junctions would actually work here. So we are going to get just a casual 4-lane road to cross over there. This is going to dictate kind of at least the starting road layout for the island. So we are then going to just get, without parallel mode, slip road there that goes into there. Let's just mirror this roughly. This is going to be easier. We just go out of all of these and then flip them round where necessary. Then we can have, when they come out to the junction, 2 lanes. We are going to get rid of straight on there and there. I don't like how there are 2 lanes for turning left and 1 for, no, 2 lanes for turning right, 1 for turning left. It's a bit weird. Anyway, yeah, so then there's a junction there. We'll have a train station around there, then we can have another junction here, which we'll have to get through all the pillars, which we did actually manage that fine. And then we can just have same sort of idea, slip on, that'll be a slip off, but not even, I'm kind of doing the measurements by eye here, like, so they're not going to be perfect. They are going to be pretty good because I have eyes. Yeah, an extra lane there, an extra lane there. Let's turn off the option to go straight ahead, and let's remove traffic lights. Did I do that at the other one? Yes, I did. So that's that, right. Now we are going to have a road, yeah. Trying to work out what's the spacing required for a train station before we do something. That's a normal train station. Plenty of like asset ones. Yeah. Round train station. That's a small one. Yeah. Yeah, it'll probably be something like this, to be honest, which means we can get around. I'm literally going to hold my finger at the screen and then work it out. Right, that'll do. Now, my hope is, yeah, no, these roads will not be perfectly aligned, but you know what, that's part of the area. Right, now this is going to be quite the tight curve of track to get into this station here, but somehow it manages, right? And then this is going to go down into a tunnel here and then merge in. So then we're going to get our two train lines, I think. So going to get one from, let's make it this platform here, that then is going to go out to this station here, out the region, back to this station here, and then back to our main hub here. Our other train line, I don't know, like, do we do one that goes all the way through the region? We've already got loads of train lines, or we could do one, I feel like maybe another train line from the airport, which to make it stop at one of these platforms here, and then we will make it stop at this station here, because it then just goes non-stop from here over to this station here, and outside the region. Then back to here, and does a large section underground until here. I realise that merges and then immediately splits off again. There might be something I can do about that. So pretty sure. Let's bring it through this one, I think, and then out to the airport. Complete the route. There we go. And those two new train lines should be free. And we also need to make sure we don't have the default trains on them, which that one didn't, just because the default trains overlap the platforms and then that breaks them. That's good. Right, so I think that's train line set up. I might just do that thing where if it even works, to be honest. It might not work, particularly with the path. Hang on. Whoops. Could just run this separate for a bit. Yeah, this might be a job for no snapping. And that can go to there. And that can go into there. And we can also have a track, maybe, that goes across like that. There we go. We don't actually have any trains using that for now. Right, so I think it's now time to actually get stuff on this island. Okay, so this area around here might actually be high-ish density. So actually do a kind of standard grid. Really, that's not... Yeah, that's not really going far, is it? Because it's the waterfront. Just do our 224 lengths for this one, and then this one, and then it's probably going to lose it a bit. So this area here around the train station. I'll just check with this island. Where's the wind? The wind's going straight out, so we could theoretically get industrial stuff here as well. But certainly around the train station, commercial. This area here is just going to be commercial. Right, so then we are going to extend this road down. This road's probably going to start turning this way. And basically just, it's going to end at some point, isn't it, surely? Then we're going to bring this road on a curve, roughly meeting this road at a right angle, 90-degree angle, which with right angle and 90 degree turned into a night angle in my brain. And this is just going to run down to about here. There we go. I'm not going to fully develop this island, but I'm going to get a very large roundabout here. And then I'm also going to get, this is a bit mad, but we're going to make this an 8-way roundabout. Just because I feel like it. Right, so this road here is going to run down to about there. I mean, you could just go for the 112, 224, keep that going for a while. Whoops, that's 120, not 112. And then that goes. And then. Why is that doing weird lengths? Stop it. That's going to break the grid.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Right, there we go, and then we're going to make it
I'm here today with Silent Saul. Say hello, Saul.
There we
All
go.
right, then. And we're here to talk to you about your new house. Now, I just do the talking. It's Saul who knows all the details. So, Saul, you want to...
There we go, and then this road here can
anything?
do this.
No? We're still
There we
good,
go.
though. I got a brochure here. It's old. There are lots of nice houses. It says, give us a call. Wait, you got the number, Saul? No.
There we go, right, and then this road here.
That's Silent Saul Real Estate with me and...
This road is just going to go dead straight. There we go. That road there's then going to cut across. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a mad junction, okay? Just bear with it. Deal with it. I'm sure it's fun. This junction here is also going to be like that as well. This is going to bring a road up to there. And then... yeah. Then this road here. Might just make a road do like wiggly stuff from here around the coastline. And then we can kind of like bring it around there. It's actually probably going to connect all the roads when they end. So if we just bring a road around the waterfront, and then this should be the basis for this island. We've got the other small islands we may or may not do stuff with. We could get a prison on an island. That would be cool. So this road here is going to end, and then might do a little bit of space between the road and the coastline just so we can then get some waterfront housing, which would be cool. There we go. This can just snake under there, follow the coastline, and then this bit here is going to just snake down. There we go. And this is going to be like the major road structurally, although probably not a major road for traffic flow. So this just wiggles round. And then what we'll do is just get another road off here. We'll kind of come back along the coast this way. So one thing I will say about this island is it's probably not going to be that high density. It might have a little bit of high density around the train station, but overall it's going to be lower density. Right, we're probably just going to bring this into here. There we go. It could actually be quite cool to bring a bridge across here. If we actually brought it up a bit. Hang on, let's just... no, it's not. Or here, maybe. Let's turn off snapping, we already know it's straight. There we go. Done. So, we can continue road structure. This road here is probably just going to end like that. This one here, we're going to snake it down to here, and then it's going to carry on straight until it's going to get squeezed out about here, I think. So here, let's stop trying to elevate stuff. These roads, there we go. So that's that end of the island. We can start. This is really going to be kind of snaky. We're not even going to make it that high density here, so we're actually just going to leave gaps between roads here. It's just going to kind of be the point of like, this is not the highest density island, this bit at least. Over the other side it'll be more dense. So that's going to be off-centered. That road's going to come down to there. We can get another road to go to about there, then merge into that. And we can get a road there. And then we can make it a little bit more dense after that. So we can bring more roads through. That road's not going to get under, is it? No. So we can bring that to there, bring that into there. We could probably try to do a road roughly parallel to this, but connecting to that junction there. That's going to be a bit of a crazy junction. and then have a road that just cuts across there. There we go. So that's that end of the island, all ready with a road layout, except for, I suppose, possibly a road down here. There we go. Done. So this road here is again going to go down that way. We've got this area here set up. So this point here, I'm thinking offices maybe. It's kind of opposite the main financial, kind of main centre of the city. We could have a look at what the job situation is in our city. Or we could just put in a load of jobs and hope they'll be fine. And I think we do have some unemployment. It's more actually I think we have unemployment for lower skilled people, which is why I was thinking maybe industrial in quite a lot of this island. Because the pollution is just going to blow straight out of the map. I mean, it's not great to have pollution at all, but if you're going to have pollution you may as well not send it straight into your city. So, there we go. And we're not gridding this because it's more fun to do it like wavy roads that go in no particular direction. And kind of have some weird junctions like this where several roads come together for no apparent reason. And then, yeah, you can just do random road layouts. One of the things I find about random road layouts is you very rarely have traffic problems because there are enough roads kind of going roughly the right sort of direction that they actually spread out a bit more. There we go, and then this road here is just for some reason going to cut straight across the middle of this until my game crashes. Right, let's get back to the last autosave and see what we've missed. Okay, so we have loaded up the last autosave and we've just lost a bit of the road layout. So we're gonna, not like that, we are gonna just start again with the road layout. We can get the rough sort of idea, just kind of loosely build it. There was no specific road layout in mind anyway, so I'm not that disappointed about losing the save, but it will look a bit different now. So just gonna bring roads up from here, and then they're gonna at some point merge in there. Let's make that one go through. We should have a road that goes across all of these. We will. We might have a road up there, a road maybe through there, then goes up to there. We already had one of those, I'm pretty sure, right? So that goes to there, maybe a road there, and then there, and maybe there. That'll do. Right, I know it's a bit different to before. I'm just ready to go into play mode and stuff's happening. We're not really ready for... Actually, we kind of are ready for stuff to happen on the island, providing we get... I'm going to get somewhere a transformer station. There we go. And then we can do an outside connection and also connection to the rest of the grid. We can get it across the water and around this tunnel and around the metro. There we go. So that should bring power over, as well as maybe we'll do some cables across here. And then water, we can do a pipe across here and a pipe across here, which didn't actually connect to anything. There we go, that's very awkward, but whatever, we're just going to ignore it. Okay, so now we are ready for stuff to happen on this island, right? Let's just bring this down here. Right, this road here, we didn't actually, in the last version it just cut straight. Let's just make this road go straight across down to there, and then let's make this one go into there, and then do that, and then we've got this area to sort out next, which we are going to make this road here do a kind of weird junction with that road there. And guess what, we're going to make more roads come off this junction. What if we made 7 roads come off? That would be kind of interesting, wouldn't it? There we go. It's like spider junctions. Actually, how many roads can we get off this now? Now it's just yeah, this will probably be our limit, but you know what? That's kind of still cool to have whatever on earth that monstrosity is. Then, you know what? Let's just kind of start making a massive circle around the whole thing. This isn't weird, I don't know what is, but you know what? I'm going to thank the game crashing for giving me the inspiration to do this, because you know what, without the game crashing I probably wouldn't have. The reason is it's totally insane. And so am I, clearly. There we go. That is surprisingly not entirely cursed, just mostly cursed. We're not actually going to be able to get around about this. Make it one massive junction. Okay. So this is just going to go to here, and then for some reason we're going to have 2 roads right next to each other here. And for some reason, the reason is because I feel like it, okay? And then, yes, we're... Actually, I think I said we might actually make that an officey area. So yeah, this whole circle here, circly area, yeah, no, this mad area here is going to be our officey district. And commercially, with a bit of high density residential maybe around here, and a lower density residential here, then it's going to go into industrial for the peninsula of the island. And then, yeah, so there we go. This is going to be, yeah, kind of where we put the sort of higher density residential. Right, this junction here, we've then got whatever this is here. We've got, this is just going to go straight, so we're going to have another road out there that's just going to follow it. We're just going to have loads of roads that all kind of do the same kind of bend round between this road and this road. And then we're just going to do that. And then that. And then that. There we go. And maybe a road up that goes to there. It's coming together. And then... none of this is quite straight. But we might start to kind of straighten things up with the industrial area. So there we go, there's a straight road. That's a straight road. That straight road there is just going straight into there. There we go. Let's just do a straight road there. And a straight road there. There we go. And a straight road there. And that straight road can run into there. And that road's going to go. It's kind of like straight roads without actually kind of being that neat at all. Like, they're not actually perpendicular or parallel or whatever. They're all kind of just what they are. Yeah, then this actually kind of looks cool. We might have another road that kind of goes across like this. There we go. Same with this area here. How many junctions can you have on one road, okay? Well, clearly that many, or even more than that possibly, I don't know. From here we can run another straight road down to there. With, once again, the junctions being a bit weird. There we go. Let's just continue this through to there. Let's get a road there for no real reason. And this road here can go through to there. That can go down. There we go. Let's just kind of make this road go funky. There we go. That kind of looks cool, I think. I think this is a nice island. Right. District creation tool. Let's just cover this island. Roughly. I mean, it's an island, so you don't have to be precise, because it's not going to directly boundary anything else. Or border or whatever. There we go. Mulberry Way. Right, so continue down to like low density residential around here. We keep it high, kind of leading this way. And then to about there. We kind of take over with low. Right, now this area here, we can do kind of within the 2 loops, high density offices. And then outside the loop, low density. So it's going to take a while to zone all this in because I'm having to click each area individually. It's not exactly, I don't think, brush or block, whatever this is, marquee as it's called. I don't really get that name anyway. I don't think that's going to make anything any easier. Maybe we'll get a little bit of commercial down by this bit of waterfront here. So there's going to be quite a lot of jobs on this island, thinking about it. I'm pretty sure the unemployment was alright, but it was quite high, I think. Let's see how it ends up. If there's something that's supposed to be high density, I think. Right. Unemployment 4.5%. Yeah, we could bring that down, definitely. So in this area here, okay, this one I will just marquee zone, I think. From about here, definitely. Let's just pause it. Oops, I didn't actually do it. Right. From about here. Okay, we can't actually zone off the map anyway. So we just do like this area then. This area here. And then there. And that goes all along the coast as well. Which you can up to there. There we go. That's just going to be industrial. And then we're going to have some, I forget the override zoning if you do it wrong. Let's just go here with some more offices just to provide a buffer between the area, because ground pollution spreads outwards a bit, air pollution spreads down where the wind goes, so these offices will just be a buffer for the ground pollution. Let's just have a bit of commercial around here. Right, now the rest of this island pretty much is just going to be some form of residential. So around this sort of area here, which can do standard row housing, I think. This is very near like the industrial area, whatever you would assume that if this was real life, this would be where the kind of working class workers, I guess you could say, lived. So, I like how we zone areas keep shifting every time I put zoning on them. That one is condemned already. Right, so that's going to be kind of that area here. Maybe this area here. So these lower density offices you could assume might like support the industry as well. There we go. Right, now this sort of area here near the offices is then where we're going to have the kind of high density whatever. We're not going to have much of it, we're going to have a little bit of it. And these would probably be the wealthier people who worked in the offices over there, maybe, I don't know. We might have a little bit of mixed use just here, and maybe a little bit of medium density around here.
For the best in men's clothing, crochet threads. We have all the finest silk and many other.
And then
Whatever you desire.
gonna get a couple of shops around here, then we can actually get waterfront housing along this entire waterfront. Pretty much down to the end. Let's just go to there for now. Then this is gonna be standard low density here, I think. So we have plenty of residents on this island as well.
Prepare for sensory overload.
We've just got one train station. It's our only link to anywhere else by public transport at the moment. We will change that. And that should probably be commercial, actually. Right, we've used up every aspect of our demand for NES. This is going to take a while to zone in, because we've basically just given it every type of zoning. Let's just go for the waterfront housing first. And then...
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. Radar readings indicate a tornado is approaching the city.
Tornado is apparently approaching the city according to the radio. It's annoying when recording these videos, the radio stuff is actually quite loud. Probably won't come up much on video because I mute it, but it can be quite distracting actually. Right, this is all just going to be low density residential. Yeah, you might be hearing my mouse clicking a lot now. The main reason for that is my mouse is clicking a lot now. Yeah, there's a transformer there, hang on. If there's a transformer there, let's just put a few offices around here, just to disguise it or whatever. We might do that along here as well, because people won't actually enjoy. And the home's being right next to there. I'm not sure why I need to pause it, it's not going to build in anyway now, because we have no demand. So once we zone everything in, and I mean everything, we're literally just zoning this whole island in one go. We are probably going to have quite a bit of traffic congestion, but my hope is we have gonna not have it as bad as other areas, because we have expanded our outside connections at the start of this episode as well. So yeah. There we go. So, let's just zone everything in. Maybe we'll have a little bit of commercial around here. Just some small businesses. Just because otherwise you've got to go all the way over to there for shopping. But it's kind of going to be quite suburbsy, this. And then come back and implement all the services. We're probably going to need quite a lot of education now thinking about it. There we go. Right. So, stuff is building in. Unemployment is down to 3.5%. Okay. Right, so, education. Where are we going to have our schools? So we're going to have probably, let's just use the UK suburban primary school in this sort of area. So, we're still going to need a lot of them because this game is just broken in terms of its education numbers. So around here we're going to get quite a lot, and then in the higher density areas around here, I'm not even going to bother with the upgrades to these, I'm just going to plonk in a load of them. Let's just get another one here. That should hopefully suffice. Right. The high schools, or secondary schools as they're called, where I live in the UK. Whatever, we're not actually going to use the UK style or even. We're just going to use the city ones, mainly because they look less out of place than the massive ones you get. All the other variants are massive, yeah. So, could we do with another college? Where I'm pretty sure there are probably spaces on this island where we could fit in a college. There we go. And we could get a medical university. That would be cool. I'm sure we could squeeze that in somewhere. I mean, on this island there are enough. I don't know. It is quite the building. We could get it right next to the industrial area if we just got rid of a bit of this pause. We don't have enough money either, but it's just not enough money now, right? And it is right next to the industrial area. It's probably not the nicest place to put it, but it'll be fine. Right, 2.4 million. We're not that far off actually in terms of money, but we have now spent pretty much all of our money. But I mean, I expect our tax income is quite high, even though we're running the game quite slowly. So it won't come in as fast as it probably feels like it should be coming in, but yeah, we're not too far off, so let's just wait. Population's above 400,000, that's a good milestone. So yeah, we're just slowly waiting for the money. I might raise the tax rates a little bit, because they're already quite low, so they'll still be fairly low if we raise them. But it's just kind of the speed of money coming in now is like just kind of annoying now. Okay, we've got a farmer, which is a unique building, I think. That's the one farm. We could get it in this area. Where could we get it? Where could we just like break grid road? There we go. That road now just stops. What type of buildings are in this vicinity? I think it was row homes. So let's just get a little bit of that there. A little bit of commercial there. There we go. That'll do. So, Mulberry Way has 2,000 residents, like over 10,000 jobs at the moment now. Right, yeah, I mean, we kind of predicted there would probably be traffic jams right here. But yeah, I'm going to keep that bus route running non-stop into there. And I'm going to get another bus route that essentially starts down the end of the island. So we'll do a stop there and a stop there. It's going to run along the main road through the industrial area. Straight down to here. And then it's going to run along this road, I think. And into the central area. So it's kind of going to wiggle into here. So we can stop by the train station. And then it's going to continue through here. Game's had a moment there, but it's alright. It's just going to continue down right to the peninsula of this. So that's that bus route where it's going to go. Then we're going to have another bus route that is actually going to follow the same stops as that one. And it's going to run into this area. It's going to go along this way. And then it's going to go along this road here. And then it's going to cut across this wonderful junction and go into our wonderful circle. And then just do a stop there, then we'll do a stop there for it to turn around. So that's 2 new bus routes. The first one is going to start at one of the 3 stops here. We are going to make it run up this way. And then it's going to run over the bridge. It's going to come off at this junction. And it's just going to continue around this way. And then down into this wonderful area here. And then back again. Going about the exact same way. And then this should help people get around this area. And then we'll have the second route just entirely on this island. So it goes down this road to the station, then stop, and terminates. There we go. Now it feels like the harbour bus hub is actually a bus hub. Right, and the other one starts down, just started there, and make it run down this road here. This will really be a core bus route for getting people to work in the industrial area. So then it intersects with the other route and the train line, so that's good interchange there. And then it's just going to run down right to the peninsula, turn around, and go back again. And I expect these bus routes could be quite busy, but we'll see. And also the bus depots are right the other side of the entire city. And I'm going to tell them they've got to stop all the diesel buses coming out, because I'm in play mode, and send out electric buses instead, and also make the routes free. So, 2 bus lines, 13. It's going to be 3, we're going to have 15 electric buses on it. Route 14 to be 3, and we're also going to have, I think this is going to be a busy route, so 20 electric buses. I'm wondering whether there's any sort of utilities we can do on this island. Well, maybe if we had some money we could. Which I think garbage is one issue we have. We could put a recycling centre in here. But yeah, money. So, we can probably just about afford... We can almost afford a hospital. No, we can't actually. Yeah, maybe what I'll do is I'll end the episode here. And I'll, in between episode, actually probably get all our services in. Get them up to scratch for this new area and for the entire city. So as stuff slowly builds in, we've got 4,000 people here so far. We've got 4,000 people moving in per hour. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.